Ezekiel Elliott is going to sign,
yes,
but he has not signed yet. There is no deals wrapped up yet,
exactly.
And it's just it was a fake Adam.
And to be honest,
Scheffler
wherever
account.
those numbers are coming out for Zeke, the reason I'm hesitant to speak on those numbers is, again, we don't know where those numbers really came from. We just hear people are saying, oh, well, we think he's going to get this, that, or the other, and so it's, in 1980, don't even worry. No, 1980 again.
It's all good.
It happened to us with that Zeke thing. Remember?
With the Dez thing.
Oh, Dez. There we go, Dez. I thought it was a Zeke thing.
Yeah, no, but we get you, man. We understand it happens there, but Mark Holmes gets it all the time, so it happens to all of us guys, and it happened. Listen, we were checking into it too immediately, so we were like, don't do it, man.
And that's why those numbers. That's what bothers me, because I still can't really find where those numbers, like, quote unquote, came from.
It's people. There's so many numbers out there. People are hypothesizing about and guessing about.
Go show some love for 1980.
Yeah, sub it up to him right now.
Go sub it up, because once the ink is dry on this contract, you want to know what not only he thinks, the whole roundtable, what they think about the Cowboys, what's going to happen, because it's here. Season's here, and it doesn't even feel real until really this afternoon when I saw Zeke talking for the first time in a month and a half. I'm like, shit, it's real. It's we're here, ready for it, right? So that's in the end. Let's just. The Zeke thing is going to happen, guys. Tomorrow he's going to be there. I'm not saying this is my opinion. But just in case, I'm still nonstop checking.
I know we're checking constantly, guys. But here's the thing: Zeke will be here. It's just a matter of when, not if. It's not yet though. Is the point? Not yet. And the numbers, we don't have a clue really what they are. I've heard, what is it? 6 years, $90 million. That averages 15 a year, which would make Zeke very happy, and it would make me happy as long as it's structured properly. But these are all just numbers of people's thoughts and things. We don't know the guarantees. We don't know how. I told you the guarantees on the running backs. You heard, Le'Veon Bell had $24 million fully guaranteed portion. I think. I'm sorry, that was David Johnson, $24 million. Le'Veon Bell had $27 million, and Gurley $21 million. So where does Zeke fall in this thing? Well, we're gonna see soon. Trust me, just not this moment yet. So, but back to La'el Collins, guys, because he had $19.9666 million of his deal of the deal he got was guaranteed at the signing. So $20 million guaranteed at the signing, guys. And that number, again, the cap from this year, because he gets all that money up front, doesn't hit the cap, but he gets it in his hand, so he can take less money this year. That's the way it always works. He drops his income from $9.5 million to $4.2 million for this year, because he has a huge salary, signing bonus. He's going to get it prorated out throughout the first part, like Jalen Smith, probably the first 20 months or so. He gets the deal. He gets the money from a signing bonus. So the first 2 years, he could take it light on the cap hit, right? And then at the end, like I said, year one, it's four this year right here, 4.2 million. Next year, it's 8.9 or 9.5 million or something like that. Then the year after that, it's 10. The year after that is 12.5 and 12.5, and then year 6 it's 10.5. Great deal actually when you look at it in the long-term thing. But again, if you're not the biggest fan of La'el Collins, it's still a good deal for the Cowboys to get out of it. They feel comfortable with him, confident in him, high upside still, I believe. He's got a lot to learn still. I do believe he's not as good as people may assume because the price tag attached to him. I don't think he's necessarily worth it, but he's worth the risk. If you guys understand what I'm saying, he's worth the risk. And I mean by that is that he's, the Cowboy coaches trust him, the Cowboy front office trust him and like him. He's always been a loyal, good player for the Cowboys and always willing to continue, whether he play left guard. And I don't think he's going to, he's there for the right tackle position. So I think that this is just, it's just the way it goes sometimes. And the Cowboys decide to say, hey, listen, they know they're not going to sign La'el Collins, Jalen Smith without having room for Zeke, Dak, and Amari Cooper. That's why I've always said it from the beginning. It's not about how much pie is left. It's not about the pie that's gone. It's about how much of it was gone. And with Jalen Smith and La'el Collins, very little. The pie has kind of been given new pie money here for this year. So just the way you look at it, it really comes down to looking at the details of the contracts and how the guaranteed money signing bonus is kind of prorated out throughout their careers and throughout their contracts, and how it hits the cap, which I just went over. Jalen Smith's last week, La'el Collins this week, and soon we'll go over Ezekiel Elliott's. You guys are going to hear it's going to be fantastic for the star. Trust me. Trust your guy here, MCF. We've been saying it for 5 months. Another 5 hours or 10 hours, it's going to just come. You'll see, guys. You'll see.
Exactly. So, and honestly, guys, we're just very, very lucky that it seems like everything is going to work out, not just with the Cowboys, but with the Hurricane.
Yes.
And that we'll be able to see our Florida, Dallas Cowboys here.
Yes. The airport's good. It's passing. As we're speaking, it's passing us right now. And we're not even feeling it. Just a little windy. 50-mile-an-hour winds. It's like a normal day for the most part. It's not that big of a deal. We're safe and sound. So much love. Thank you guys for that, for those thoughts.
And obviously the good thing is that it seems to be, weakening and
yes.
hopefully no one else is, hurt or injured. And at least it definitely, even if it does make an impact, it certainly won't have the impact that it was expected to have originally. So
yeah. Now, I mean, a couple little facts about our Cowboys in this upcoming year, as we kind of going to open this up to the chat and talk with you guys and kind of do more stuff about this Zeke watch.
Hey, Dak.
We're going to talk about Dak. First, the Cowboys have 10 first-round picks on their roster. Tyron Smith, Robert Quinn from St. Louis, Tavon Austin from also St. Louis. And I say St. Louis, that's when they were, not L.A. So that's when they were drafted by St. Louis. Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, Amari Cooper from the Raiders, Byron Jones, Ezekiel Elliott, he's still on this team, Taco Charlton, and Leighton Vander Esch, of course. So, hey, 10 first-round picks are still solid pieces of this team. Will McClay, Chris Hall, we bow to you.
Yes.
So, what does that mean? Almost 20%. 19% of the roster is made up of first-round picks. And
I can't imagine any other teams have a similar stat. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's even. I don't even know. I didn't think that was possible, right?
It doesn't sound like it's possible.
And again, all-time receiving touchdowns on this team, is Dez Bryant, right? He left. 73 is the mark with Bob Hayes in second at 71. He's of course not going to go in. But Jason Witten had 68 when he retired. Now he's back. You think he'll pass? He needs four touchdowns for Jason Witten, I think. Right? No, 6 touchdowns to pass him.
Okay, in theory, it is possible.
We'll see.
In actuality, I find it really hard to see Jason Witten getting 6 touchdowns. Like, talk to me about 3. Yes,
I can see him getting. I can see it.
I'm not saying he's getting some catches and stuff. I know there's 16 games.
5 ties it, 6 passes it.
I don't know.
Close.
I personally,
good over under.
I don't know. I actually think it would be an under, personally speaking. We just have, with Blake Jarwin there, with all these other people there.
But Witten's a starter.
I know he's a starter, and I'm not saying he's not going to get the ball, just not really in the red zone.
Right. No, I know. Well, I think that's exactly where he's going to get the ball, in the red zone. Witten is going to be the red zone guy. I believe he knows how to get open.
But I would love for that to be over. I would love for him to break that record. I just think that with the way we're going to run our offense, I just don't know if it will happen.
No, against Jason
6 touchdowns doesn't sound like a lot, but I think it is a lot considering who we have on this team.
Cowboy fans,
Just go through our roster.
Said it.
Go through our roster. He's our red zone threat. We can't go to Gallup every time.
Correct. Gallup's another red zone threat.
I know he's our safety
and our running
blanket,
backs are
I
too.
See Jason Witten as our safety blanket, actually on the field. You know what I mean? Not necessarily in the red zone.
I know what you mean. I see it the opposite. I see Witten being used in those important times when you have to have the brains to and the knowledge to know how to get open into the right spots. Because Blake Jarwin is still a big old tight end, so he'll probably be out there with Witten too, and Witten will probably open up stuff for Blake Jarwin as well. So you might be right about that. I just think that Witten can get, and not as difficult I think as we may think at first sound of hearing that, like with Witten 6 touchdowns. But when you think about the usage and when he's going to be used, and with all the weapons we have, people will forget about Witten for a little bit. Oh, that's that old guy. Let's cover Tony Pollard. Touchdown Witten. So we'll see how that goes. But Witten against the Giants, 30 games, 154 catches, over 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns. Against the Eagles, 28 games, 152 catches, over 1,600 yards and 8 touchdowns. And against the Redskins, 30 games, 129 catches, over 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns. What's the overline? What's the factor? He dominates the NFC East. That's just plain and simple. So, yeah, I want him on the goal line. So let's go right now to the Dak Prescott situation, right? Which is really, by proxy, obviously the main news is Jared Goff from the Rams quarterback draft, same draft class as Wentz, picked in front of Wentz. Wentz was a second pick, and of course in the 4th round was Dak Prescott. So these 3 guys, we've been watching these
the 2016
contracts.
Draft class. We all know them. These 3 guys have kind of been, compared to each other a lot because of, the teams they're playing on and where they were drafted, all that stuff. So break it down.
Jared Goff agreed to terms on a 4-year deal worth $134 million. $134 million in 4 years. That is, he's getting $110 million guaranteed, and that's the eye opener. More than the overall contract, whatever. It's about to me, it's more about the guaranteed money. That's what they're locked in for.
Fun fact, though, Matt Ryan is still technically the player to get the largest amount of actual full guaranteed money. with like 95, 92, 90 something. I'm off by a few million, I'm sure. But that is a large amount of guaranteed money.
And what a lot of the players, and not the player, I would say the agents look at this more than anybody, more than the players. And maybe it's a bragging thing for the players, but the agents like to say, hey, look, I got you the most, right? Per year average, which is this new term now that a lot of agents want to go by. The per year average, which really doesn't have anything to do with the actual way the contract breaks down, is for Wentz. Do you remember what it was? What was it for Wentz? $32 million per year, right? That's the per year thing for Wentz, per year average. Well, for Jared Goff, it's $33.5 million.
All right, so now that
$1.5 million more per year.
All right, so
on average.
So let's go with that real quick. Just Carson Wentz, $32 million.
With 107 guaranteed.
Jared Goff, $33.5 million.
110 guaranteed.
And I'm just going to say what I said earlier, and I'm going to repeat it one more time. Dak has a higher completion percentage, higher yards per attempt, a higher quarterback rating, a higher passer rating, a higher touchdown to interception ratio. He's played 9 more games. He's won 9 more games. And he's won more playoff games than Carson Wentz at $32 million. And I'm going to remind everyone that, yes, the Rams did go to a Super Bowl, but Jared Goff did absolutely butt kiss in the postseason without scoring a single touchdown, I believe.
Well, stat-wise, correct. Right, yes.
Stat-wise.
Right.
You know, the one that matters.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, no,
for quarterbacks, at least, is what I'm trying to say. Obviously, touchdowns matter for the team overall, but when you're talking about specifically a quarterback and how you determine their value, you know what I mean? And that goes into it. So what I'm trying to say is that $40 million that we've heard for Dak, like, just throw that out the window, honestly, because let's look at the actual range of where he's probably going to end up. It's going to be close to these two guys, but my question for you, Cowboy Nation, is when you have all this and you compare it, you know, where do you feel Dak should stack up? I actually, behind the scenes, was telling Fiance, well, you know, without hearing, you know, Goff's contract, he'll probably end up getting like $33 million, Dak. Now hearing Goff is getting 33.5. I'm honestly not really sure how to feel. I'm not really sure. I'm honestly, at this point, I'm lost.
Well,
I don't know how to fit.
Let me get the average per year for the top guys right now. Russell Wilson at $35 million per year. Big Ben at $34 million per year. Jared Goff now is third overall.
Yes.
Third overall, Jared Goff at $33.5 million. Aaron Rodgers tied, I guess, with him at third overall with $33.5 million. And of course, Carson Wentz at $32 million. That puts 5 guys, and then you got a 6th guy, of course, Matt Ryan at $30 million. So, you know, this is the top list here. Where do you think Dak is going to fall in this list when you think about it? You can play all the games, and, you know, Dak, somebody said Dak said 40, probably was Jerry Jones, who knows. But the point is that this only, in my opinion, and again, I guess we'll give our opinions here. The Super Bowl part of things, whether it was Jared Goff got him there or not, the stats are backing him or not, he might have drove him on the field, and they got it in there with C.J. Anderson or Gurley when he was able to play. But we know that Sean McVay is the one that's really pushing that team. But Goff is the guy in the game doing it, right?
Whether you like it or not, he gets.
And he's the quarterback. So yeah, so he's the first overall pick in the draft, and all these things. Whether we like it or not, this is why it's like it's. So from my opinion, he should get a little. Dak Prescott should get a hair less than Goff. Yes, Dak is better. I agree. You agree. We all agree. Let's say Dallas Cowboys together. Yeah. But yes, we agree on that. But the difference, I believe, is that the Super Bowl appearance, the fact that he's a first-round pick and he has that kind of that pedigree attached to him. Now he's got the expectations, and they are valid because he's the number 1 pick. He got to the Super Bowl. And so I think that's what plays into the $33.5 million a year average per year. I don't really care what that is, though, in reality. I care how the contract is broken down, how long of the guarantee is going. And that's why the guarantees, I don't think he'll get more guaranteed. I don't think Dak will get more guaranteed money than Goff. If he does, it'll be a hair.
Do you think he'll get more than Wentz?
Yeah,
though?
I think he'll be in between that in guarantees.
And I think, honestly, again, hearing you talk, Dak should not get more than Goff, just by virtue of him not having gone to a Super Bowl.
But who's better? I mean, Dak. I believe Dak's better than both those guys.
I still don't think it's out of the question for Dak to end up with $33 million, though.
Well, he might get
or 32.5.
He might get 33.6.
You know what I mean? Like, kind of again, squeak his way right in the middle, right between Wentz and Goff.
I think that's very possible. Yeah.
Obviously,
But here's my question: does it not? If let's say he was 32.1 or 2 or 3, right?
Yeah.
And this deal pushed it up a little more. Even if it's $500,000, it pushed his yearly average up a little more. Without question, I think that's what this did.
I guess again,
the Rams beat us out.
Here's my question though: what were the Cowboys offering before this happened, or what was Dak? You know what I mean? Because the way I see
$30 million. That's
whatever that $40 million was, real or not, I mean, it's kind of like when the Cowboys offered Tank $18 million. We know damn well he's not taking 18. We know damn well when Tank turned around and said 25. We know damn well he's not paying $25 million. We're back to the drawing board here. So I guess my question is again, like where were the Cowboys in their number when we already had Wentz's number and 30. We already heard the back and forth?
Well, we knew it was 30, baby. We remember that was $30 million. The last deal.
We never heard, I know. Look, we heard $30 million, but like you said, we never heard the guarantees or whatever. So to me, $30 million
we'll never hear that. We'll never hear that. I'm telling you what we heard. What we heard definite is $30 million from the Cowboys side, and Dak supposedly he denied it, right? He didn't want it. So, and again, if you're Dak Prescott and you see these other two guys in your draft class that you're technically, I would say, statistically better than, you get the wins that you're supposed to get. You get to the Super Bowl, but if anybody was counted on in the playoffs, it was Dak Prescott. Let's be real about that. It wasn't Wentz. He was injured. It wasn't Goff, right? It was Dak is the guy that people relied on in the playoffs when it mattered the most. Dak also gets you the wins. So I mean, those are the stats that I give a shit about. Now you look at you look at other situations, whether it's Goff with the first round pedigree, first draft pick of the class. I mean, they can't be an embarrassment in that sense to the Rams. They got to say we're all in on him. And same thing for the Eagles. So it's a lot easier and it's going to be met with less resistance by the media, the public, whomever, the fans, because of their pedigree. And so with that, and you got a Super Bowl championship for Wentz, even though he didn't have anything to do with that in the playoffs, right? You have a Super Bowl runner-up, right? A Super Bowl loser in the Rams got there, right? But had to do with Jared Goff, right? It's kind of like fool's gold a little bit. You guys feel what I'm saying here? I hope you guys feel what I'm saying.
I know. Again, like I said, I'm just not really sure where the
Cowboys
Cowboys.
Built like that.
I'm just saying, I'm not sure where the Cowboys and Dak take this necessarily. Just because, again, even if they were $30 million before, I'm not sure if Jared Goff necessarily pushes his contract that much more over. If anything, it kind of caps Dak. That's it. We know he won't get more than $33.5 million.
That's a great point. So, well, he might get 33.6, but he's not getting way over
overall,
him.
I guess he could. I'm just saying that it kind of, for better or worse, maybe that's what Dak was waiting for. Not so much, maybe it was kind of both ways,
Great point, baby. Great point. Yeah.
Wentz might be setting a certain cap, but I think Jared Goff is setting the ceiling for their market. You know what I mean? And Wentz is kind of going in there.
What are they saying? Because that's a great point you made right there, baby. Great point.
I don't know. I guess I'll give it a second for you guys to catch up here. I know Cowboys Abroad is saying... where was it? Oh man, I wanted to get it because it was. Let me see. Pay Dak $200 million over 6 years, $134 million guaranteed. You see, that's one thing that we also haven't discussed too much either.
Longer-term
Both
deal.
of these two guys are first round picks. They already had that 5th year option to their deals, so we got to structure their contracts a little differently. It's another reason why I personally think Zeke is only going to get a 4-year deal, much like we're seeing now. But Dak,
4-year deal or 4-year extension?
Or 4-year extension, I'm sorry.
Off of what year?
Off of the 5th year.
Okay,
obviously.
so this year, next year, and then another 4 years. So
So
6 years total.
Technically 6 years, which again, I think with Wentz and with Goff, it breaks down similarly as well. So, if you want to do something similar for Dak, extending him for 6 years, and also gives you a lot more time wiggle room to play with, in the sense of you definitely know you have him for those 6 years. But obviously, if there's trouble in the water or the Cowboys choose to move in a different direction or do something else, it leaves them with lots of options, is the point. They're not necessarily stuck in that one spot. But, I mean, let me catch up with you guys in the chat first to see
I'm just double-checking everything right now, guys. Still, no signing of Ezekiel Elliott. So here's my prediction. My prediction completely on my keeping up with the story. I believe tomorrow Zeke will be at the facility. Yeah, I said it. Now, I believe he won't practice, but he'll be at practice. I hope I'm right about that. I hope they get it done early enough that we can, it could be done, over with, signed, sealed, delivered with the deal, and Zeke is ready to go. But I don't see him getting in pads. I just don't see it happening this quickly, just thrust it into that. I think they're setting up right now, they're probably setting up his plan for tomorrow to how he's going to do this, how they're going to announce it. They're probably not going to rush it tonight. And at this rate, or we're still keeping up for watching it, but they're probably going to plan how they're announcing this tomorrow, plan how he's going to make his entrance with, Jerry Jones might not even be there, or Stephen Jones. They're in New York still. So it might be something that's going to be, maybe it's just, if there is a presser, he might, if it's later in the day, they might delay it till later in the day, right?
Now,
but Zeke might be out there.
One very interesting thing, though, that fiance actually asked Jane Slater, can the deal get done even if the Joneses are not physically there in Dallas.
She responded
said
to us.
yes. So they can get the deal done and they can agree. So let's just kind of assume here, guys. Again, I'm making this very clear. This is me just throwing out an assumption and a pretend scenario. Let's assume that Jerry and Zeke already did, in a gentleman's agreement, everything is done already over the phone, or maybe it's already done. And the point is that they are keeping it quiet and they aren't saying anything specifically because...
You'd figure it leaked by now from one of those sources.
You would think so just because of all the hype around it, but I'm also not discounting the fact that, again, Jerry and Zeke and Steven and his agent, and it's just these 4 people just talking on the phone and working things out and saying, all right, Zeke, go home, take it easy, show up tomorrow, see you then.
Right. Well,
and the Joneses might be on the first plane back.
And how they're going
You know what I'm trying
I know you're saying, they get it there already. It's just in process.
Exactly. So, but I will say, Scorpio, it seems extremely unlikely that Dak is asking for $41 million just because it just doesn't seem like a realistic quarterback number. No offense. Even $40 million when I heard it, the reason everyone's saying it's ridiculous is because it is a little bit, even Tank, when he was asking for 25, that was definitely at the cap of, edging into ridiculousness. I understand, just like with any negotiation, you always go a little bit more,
Right. No.
But you're expecting that price to go down. $40 million is we're reaching the realm of that's not even a realistic quarterback number. There's no quarterbacks out here getting paid anything close to that are veterans, provens with Super Bowl rings, with everything else. So I find it extremely hard to really feel like that. That's why that $30 million number too. I understand that, I want to roll with that $30 million number, but even that number, it makes me question things because just a week before we heard that number, people were saying $28 million was the most. And if the Cowboys start off cheap,
Takes a while to get to that point,
I have
right?
no doubt that they probably threw their first offer at under $30 million.
Oh, that's a guarantee.
It has to be guaranteed, right?
I guarantee you it was under $30 million for Dak. And again, it's the way it's the way the Cowboys negotiate. And again, with Stephen Jones at the helm, it's a little different than the past where if Jerry Jones liked the guy, he give him. It doesn't matter how the structure of the deal was.
Let's not throw all the money at these guys.
Hell no. And Stephen Jones is at least reining that in. That's a great thing. But sometimes you have to pay the piper. And in this situation, with the way that Zeke had it, I don't know what Zeke gave in on. We don't know yet what all the details of this thing is going to be. But whatever it is. Yeah. Like I said multiple times, it's going to be fine for the cap. It's going to be fine for the future cap. We're not going to be in cap hell. There's going to be outs in this I hope there's outs in this contract. If there's not, then I will be critical of it. But I do believe, just like all the other contracts we've done, whether you go to today, Lel Collins, you go to last week to Jalen Smith, or you go to some months ago with Tank, it's all been team friendly with options and things that help us, the team, the Cowboys, the star. That's what I care about, and that's what Stephen Jones is doing. And that's what, Jerry Jones might screw up sometimes in the media. Even Stephen Jones messes up to me. He messes up sometimes when they talk too much. Zeke didn't say anything. This whole time, the first thing I heard from Zeke was today. It's I've been ready. He said, I've been ready to come back to this team. And again, I think his agent has something to play in this too. I know you said his responsibility is on Zeke, but I think, Zeke maybe was easily talked into some of these things by his agent. Listen, that's my assumption. In the end, it doesn't really matter. This deal is getting done late tonight or early tomorrow. I believe it's going to get done by tomorrow sometime. And Zeke will, I hope, we at least taking part in the practice as far as the verbiage, the wording, the installation, what their plans are. He needs to be part of that team, and I hope they close the goddamn practice off to everybody, so he can do it without anybody seeing him. Let it be secretive.
I don't want to see anything, but one thing I will say, I think there's only one quarterback that I think comes even close to being worth $40 million, and I'm gonna be honest, it's probably Patrick Mahomes. If he, again, obviously with the big old asterisk of sophomore year, continue to...
Well, he's entering his third here, I think, true. Right? So, but the thing is that, it's really full, taking control of the team season, And I hear you saying, but he's not, if he has a great season again this year, he might be looking for his contract next year. What is Dak? What are we going to do?
Chiefs are going to be looking to sign him similarly to
they're going to sign him immediately.
Hurry up, sign him now before he's full money.
If Dak is not signed yet. And if Dak's the last one to sign, well... That's gonna be. It's gonna keep pumping them up. So the Cowboys got to get it going. My question is: are we 100% sure the Cowboys are definitely gonna sign Dak? Ooh, ow! No, they got it. They got to do it. Right?
Again.
Or will they? I'm just saying. I feel they will. Everything Jerry Jones has said.
Not saying that they wouldn't. Just saying that as of right now, I'm not really seeing any kind of alternatives. You understand what I'm trying to say?
That's been our thing the whole time.
At least for the immediate right here, right now. I understand that the quarterback class looks good. I understand that, in the future, things, but we're not talking about the future. We're talking about right now. And at least for right now, Dak is definitely our guy. Could the Cowboys go in a different direction in the future? Absolutely. That's why I said that depending on how they structure his contract, they could set themselves up in a way where, they could change their future.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing for the Zeke situation. I still
secretly think, my little conspiracy theory is that, we have Grandchild Jones currently, heading into college as a quarterback. So I'm telling you guys, in 4 years, he's going to be repping this stuff.
I just think it's the same situation as you have similarly to like Zeke, where, are we going to, how? Listen, in the end, I don't know why I get into this. I get into this every single time, every single stream. In reality, it's just one simple thing, guys. It's how you structure the goddamn contract and the guaranteed money. That's it. We become fucking economists doing these streams here for the last 2+ years because we have to learn about contracts. You got to learn how these things are. And even now, we don't even know obviously we don't know everything about them, but we seem a little knowledgeable on this because we've been talking about it for 3 years. So it's insane that we actually know so much. And these things change every year, different little tweaks. Since the CBA now, it's going to change it again. But
honestly, the pressure of the CBA is what's causing a lot of these contracts to kind of go
30% rule. Yes,
everyone is trying to either get their deals done now, or you're seeing the opposite. Lots of players are sitting pretty. They're fine. They're chill. They're willing to take this chance because they know they're going to get paid. But you know what we know?
What?
You got to hit the like.
Hit that like button, guys. 130 plus in here.
Yes, guys. One of the best ways you guys can help us out here at MCF. And you know what? If you dislike what you're watching, hit the dislike. Let us know.
We're still saying go Cowboys.
But yeah, guys, of course, subscribe if you're new. We're here live daily with news, info, updates, our thoughts on the Cowboys.
Every day for the last 2+ years. You can check anybody in the chat. They know about it. Much love to everybody. Nikki Taylor, James Sorrells, LT Star, House Nelson, Cowboy fan, Caballero,
House
Mandy
Nelson said
Garcia.
Dan Snyder will draft Jerry's grandson.
Oh, that'd be typical of them, right?
Look. I'm not saying it's actually going to happen. I'm just saying that if you owned an NFL team and your grandchild just happened to be a football player.
Not just a football player.
Not just
a top football player. A top high school, college,
and not just playing any position. Playing arguably the most noticeable position.
That's a dream come true for Jerry.
No offense, even if he stinks, just them giving him a chance for 1 year. It's like the Cowboys. It's like the whole full circle type of thing. I'm just saying. And
remember, guys, we are going to be. You see Daniel Mesa in the chat. Make sure you guys check in the Discord. We have Twitter at mycowboysfamily. We have Discord as well. All the links are down below. We're going to be at the Giants-Cowboy game here, Week 1. Myself and fiance. We're going away from Hurricane Florida Central right now. By Friday, we're going to get out there in Dallas. We're going to chill Friday night, Saturday, the whole day, doing some awesome stuff with some of the Cowboy players. And then on Sunday, well, you know what time it is. Game day, baby. And we're going to be out there in the parking lot, tailgating. I know there's I think Daniel Mason said there's like a parade that they're trying to do, a new tradition to start off the season. So I think they start like 8. That's insanity. But it might have to happen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be there 10 o'clock probably the latest.
That's fine. I'll be tucked into bed by 10 o'clock the night before and ready to go.
So, yeah, the next day, Sunday game day, September 8th, we're going to be out there pretty damn early with a bunch of you guys already. And we want as many of you guys can get out there and do it. If you're not going to the game, it's still cool because you can still tailgate and chill and make a good day of it.
Hang with us.
Daniel Mesa found a spot where you can watch the game for I don't know if you can watch the whole game. That's the thing, but you can watch it in the same spot you get your food and your beer at. So you guys check with Daniel Mesa about the specifics. We're going to try really hard to make a video. We got so many things to do this week. It's all crunched together because this is week 1 right now, and we're just figuring out the Zeke situation. We didn't even get to talk about the Giants yet, and we're hopefully going to have a special guest here to break it down for the Giants a little bit more in detail, a little more knowledgeable about the Giants than we are. So we want to make sure it comes straight from the Giants' mouth. How about that? So we'll be doing that hopefully this week. Along with our simulation, we've done it the last 2 years. You know what's happening again here. The Madden 20 Sims, guys. Yes, the 15-minute length sim. We might do it Friday before I take off on this plane with fiance. We might do the stream as well in the afternoon. That's our Fan Friday.
But we will be doing the Cowboys experience. I'm so excited. I think it's pretty much confirmed. It seems like Michael Gallup, Travis Frederick, and Zach Martin
we're gonna be there,
will
baby.
be there. So repping the offense.
Hell yeah. Also, Drew Pearson's going to be there. And they might, I've heard maybe, ZA. But hey, we don't know about that. We'll see. Yeah. But we know the other 3 guys definitely confirmed.
Scouting Pro, we're so frustrated. I have to work that Friday. So we actually aren't flying out till Friday night. And we actually land very late Friday. We did.
I know. Yes,
first take.
First take.
We actually were like.
We wanted to. Oh man,
We're like this close to changing our flights. Like no joke. We thought about
that would have been so. And I heard you had to wait outside. First come, first serve. It would have been like it would have been like we went at 7 a.m, but it would have been worth it. Maybe 6 in the morning.
Oh yeah, Wayne Montgomery with the 250 holla. Saying what's up, bro?
Thank you, brother.
Can't wait to see you guys Sunday. Wayne, we can't wait either.
Wayne's going to be part of the fun out there with us, guys. I'm telling you, and you're going to have Kenneth Lott, who loves, he's been talking about Dak getting 35, right? 33 or 35. Kenneth Lott, I want to talk to you about that because it's getting close to that number, right? It's getting exactly what he was saying.
Crunk is going to be there as well. Awesome.
Yes.
Can't wait to see you out
there,
man.
We're going to be, Crunk is there?
Yes.
Much love, man.
And again, as we all continue our Zeke watch, like Zeke.
Get it done. Come on, man. Get it done, Zeke.
Again, guys, it does seem very unlikely that any news gets reported tonight as far as Ezekiel Elliott. As we know, things are very, very, very close, so I'm sure all of us are going to be waking up tomorrow, and the first thing we're going to do is ignore our alarm and check Twitter. So
that's no joke about that.
Sorry, Mom, can't check your text. Ezekiel Elliott comes...
Wayne Montgomery in the house. Let me fix your numbers, brother.
Oh, I'm just joking, guys. But again, I know plenty of other Cowboy YouTubers and content creators are going to be there. I know plenty of you guys right here at Cowboy Nation are going to be out there. So I can't wait.
I can't. Wait. We got you. You still in the same spot, Wayne Montgomery. Much love to you. Yes, we'll see you out there.
Close but no cigar, guys. Exactly. So...
Oh, for the no cigar yet.
We should make a poster with my Cowboys. Actually, I was no joke. I was actually thinking in my head that we should make a poster saying even Hurricane Dorian couldn't keep us from coming here. But I felt that might be in bad taste because people were actually hurt by Hurricane Dorian. So
that's right, Cowboy Crunk. I cannot wait, brother. It's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna do dual streams and do some great stuff out there. I'm gonna talk.
You guys can stream. I'm eating tacos. I'm drinking beer. I'm talking Cowboys.
I'll be talking Cowboys on and offline with you guys, with Fiance. We'll be talking about other YouTubers. I know Law Nation will be out there probably.
Yes, I know Mark Holmes is
gonna be out there. And some others will be out there. So we're running to everybody, I'm sure. If not, hopefully they're running to us. How's that?
Yeah, so
we're running to Cowboy Crunk and some
Cowboys
others.
Abroad brings up kind of an interesting point. What about a matching contract to Goff? 4 years, $134 million, 110 guaranteed.
That's what I can. Again, now you said it, Excel. You set the caps. I think you got the Wentz cap.
I can see it, but I feel like take that 110 and make it like 105 or like 108. It just by virtue, it has to be less. I just don't see how Dak. Like I said, it's just very hard for me to have Dak singularly match Goff. No, even with all these stats, guys, trust me, no one more than us understands Dak's value and the fact that he.
Well, what are they saying in the chat? Because I'm curious. Do you think Dak should get more than these guys? Do you think he should get less than Wentz? Like, what do you guys truly think based on everything? You got Wentz got a Super Bowl ring, but really per Foles in a way in the playoffs. He helped get him there, but Goff got him to the but help per who? Per, of course, the coach, the head coach, Sean McVay. So, and again, so you got the first overall pick, second overall pick, and then you got Dak. Didn't win the Super Bowl, never got to the Super Bowl. Won one playoff game, but has the most wins. Is crunch time? It carries the team, like Miss Scouting Pro said. Unlike the other two guys, they can't carry a team.
Poor Fiance, he's gonna be It's gonna be really hot on Sunday.
Oh shit!
Really hot.
I better bust up my shorts for this one, huh?
I wasn't gonna wear shorts, but maybe I should.
Oh no, we're gonna be throwing that football around, so I definitely gotta wear the shorts.
I'm a vampire.
we're gonna be out there. I'm gonna wear my football jersey. Let's go, guys. I hope somebody. We don't have to bring a football, right? Somebody will bring a football out there, right? So we can throw it around. I don't care if we have 2 or 3 footballs.
I don't know where we're gonna fit it. I went nuts. I've been going crazy, guys, trying to find a NFL stadium compliant clear bag because
you finally found one.
My phone is too much of a brick. I mean, women don't have pockets, so this has to go somewhere. I'm not holding it all day. Finally found it at Target. Thanks, but
I'm sorry. Star said, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Star said pay him more than Wentz and Goff, just under Wilson. So about 34 is what he's saying.
Again, as a Cowboy fan, I agree, but I'm really like, here's my devil's advocate, Jerry Jones voice coming out. Goff just went to a Super Bowl. That team was in the Super Bowl, so it's very hard for me. Again, as much as we want to say these things don't matter, they matter. As much as we want to say that Zeke, being out-schemed out of a whole bunch of touchdowns last year didn't matter, of course it matters. I mean, all of it matters at the end of the day when we're talking dollar bills and when the front office is looking at any way that they can to justify why they don't have to pay you as much money as they maybe should or shouldn't. So, and that's just straight business. So I just gotta leave it there. I know what to say. I still think he's gonna get a little less than Goff, even though I agree that
if you're going by what we think,
that overall, I think 34 million is. I thought 33, 34 is where he would land at. I thought 33.5 would be where he'd land at. Now I don't know what to say.
The reason why he's going up this high is not because where we think he should land at by worth. It's more about, I believe it should be based. If you base it on worth and the market value and all that stuff, well, he should be here, he should be there, and based on his talent, if you want to think of it as our own selves, if you think he's better than Wentz, you think he's better than Goff, he should get more money. But that's not the way it always works, especially when you look at the stats and certain things like Super Bowls. We got everything else. But I agree with you guys. The way he carries the team is on the pluses, right? But you got to also, we can't be blind. You got to also look at the minuses, and he's been inaccurate. He's had, issues, whether it's, with awareness or certain things, mechanics. Hopefully that's going to get better. And, that's part of the whole thing to get better, right? So we got to be real about Dak's deficiencies as well and hope that, you don't want to pay somebody that much with having those deficiencies. They look at Goff and they see him as not having those deficiencies on the Rams because they have a great head coach brain for him, right? Yeah. They don't mind Wentz out there with the injury possibilities. He has his ability to play has been hindering him every year. So they like his stock and what he's able to do, but can he do it constantly? Well, they're willing to take a risk on him, right? And the Cowboys, they need Zeke and a great offensive line to help Dak excel. We don't know yet, but probably. But again, even if it's not, it's still, right now, that's all we know. So that's what's going to hold him in that sense. And again, when you look at the great things he does, you also got to put the negatives as well, and that balances things out. Like Goff, like Goff's, inability, let's say, in the playoffs, or to do something on his own without the coach, then you got to take him down a notch. But with the way the market stands, and he was a pick over Wentz. That's why I believe that in the Super Bowl, right, that he led them there or helped lead them there. Unlike Wentz in the playoffs, right? Wentz didn't lead him in the playoffs. So that's where it measured out to be like, okay, Goff just jumped him a little bit. But then Dak is not in either of those spots in the sense of those big games, in the sense of the pedigree, so to speak. And when you see the inaccuracies and that kind of stuff, well, then you say, how can he even compare to in that group, right? But when you look at the stats that I believe matter the most, yes, he's got to improve his accuracy. Yes, he's got to, but he's got great completion percentages. He needs, he had, I believe, poor coaching. And again, can we help that now? I mean, he still has some poor coaching, but we hope John Kitna is really going to turn it around for him. I believe it will. But it's still a risk. When you look at that, you have the risk of Wentz's injury. You got the risk of if the NFL figures out, how to stop Goff, even though what if something happens to the coach and he goes somewhere else? So my point is that you got to risk those things. While the Cowboys, they got to risk the inaccuracies and the Dak-accuracy, as we used to joke about. And you got to risk those things for the intangibles that he brings to the table. And again, if you do that, I don't care where he was picked. You got to put him in those with those other two guys. You got to put him in that range. You have to. Now, do you put him over? If you're asking me, well, based on his abilities, I believe he should be over. But if you tell me where he should stand based on his resume, I mean, there's great things, and then there's things he's not great about. Well, the other guys at Super Bowl, and that's the biggest standout thing, I guess you could say.
Yes, but as far as us, we are not staying at the Embassy Suites. We're staying. I don't remember the name of it. We're staying a little bit farther out, but we are taking an Uber to the game. So yeah, Mrs. Scouting Pro, we're at least 10 steps ahead of that one. We
the parking.
We looked at the difference between parking our rental there. Obviously trying to figure out, with all the people who are going out there, like, oh, maybe we can get a ride or something. It turned into the easiest, simplest, cheapest way, get an Uber there, and then eventually, whenever we, trickle our way back to the hotel room, get an Uber back. So
I just saw the latest thing is that basically just reconfirming Amari Cooper is 100% ready to go for the Giants. So that's a great thing here. As we kind of transitioning, tomorrow we'll probably finally finish the 40 holdout days of Ezekiel Elliott. And the 41st morning, hopefully that will be resolved tomorrow. But my thing is that once we get past that and that news out of the way, we get to see the details of his contract and how much the cap hits are going to be. When is it team friendly for the Cowboys? How much in guarantees? The stuff that really matters in these contracts. When we get all that stuff from Zeke tomorrow, we're assuming. Once that gets done, we can start to finally fucking concentrate on New York Giants. That's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on how we're going to defeat these bastards. Beetlejuice.
Woo!
Much love.
Beetlejuice with the 333 holla.
Trees.
Woo! Thank you so much, Beetlejuice.
Who, me?
Appreciate the love. We're gonna add you up here to the leaderboard.
Yeah, he's on the board. I just gotta move him up a little bit here.
Let me see now. LT has a good question. Give me a second. Let me see.
Oh wait, Beetle's not on the board. Thank you, baby. You're right.
How did you rectify what the Rams did to you as far as your interior D-line? Honestly speaking, I know we haven't made as much progression with our interior D-line as we would like. Again, I'm just saying it maybe as much as we'd like, just because lots of other smaller things have set us back. But I think the biggest key here is going to be the fact that Crawford is kind of back and seems to be healthy, just because I think Crawford's going to help with a lot of that versatility.
Well, but last year we had him.
But I know we had him last year. I'm not saying we didn't have him last year.
No, I'm just saying that he was okay last year. He was not injured.
But this year we're going to use him a little differently.
Well, I'll give you an answer. I'll give you an answer why I believe where we're gonna improve on. I think that we kept Antoine Woods, we kept Malik Collins. Malik Collins is gonna be better this year. I do believe that. So he was always nicked up with little injuries here and there. Now he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be perfectly fine to go in there, and he's gonna have a more. I think he's gonna probably his best season he's gonna have this year. I'm hoping for it. But again, let's just say he's like last year, right? Just whatever. These guys are still gonna be able. They did pretty good last year, but the rotation, I think, is going to be better with Christian Covington, and you also have Tristan Hill in there, and you got you do have some Kerry Hyder action in there sometimes. You also have some Tyrone Crawford action, but I think that my thing is this: it comes down to the linebackers. The linebackers are going to be the ones that are going to stop the interior issues that we've had on the defensive line, because those guys have to help. Those two guys I just mentioned, Antoine Woods and Malik Collins, have to help wash out the offensive line guys trying to get to that second level to block our linebackers.
Yeah, but
that's Jalen Smith and LVE, the best and youngest two guys, the best linebacking core we have in the NFL. I believe in youngest, when you add those two together, they're the best in the league, youngest and best. That's the future of the NFL when it comes to linebackers. They're great run stoppers. They're athletic. They know how to get to the ball. They have great awareness. And as we got blocked out against the Colts. We got blocked off the line, and then the Rams are the same thing.
I don't disagree, but I still think that overall it remains a weakness on this team. I wonder if it's not more scheme related though, in the sense of maybe it's the fact because talent wise, I think both Malik Collins and Antoine Woods, as far as interior guys, again, obviously they're not the best of the best, but they are relatively solid.
One more thing
that's where I'm asking you guys, because honestly speaking, when it comes to the defensive line or schemes, I don't know as much about that. So that's where I want to know. Could it possibly be scheme or how we use it?
You actually brought up. It actually made me remember about something that Rod Marinelli said.
Just because you mentioned the rotation as well, to me that ties into the scheme.
Well, yeah, but it's also
who you use, when you use them, depending on what you see on the field.
It's the reason why we got Tristan Hill. It's the 3-tech under. So he's the tackle under. So he's basically going to be. He's the one that runs the defense. And Malik Collins was not 100% last year, in my opinion. So he does that job. I'm pretty sure he's a 3-tech. He's a 3-tech under on the defensive line. And Marinelli and everybody else said that's where you run it from. Now Tristan Hill might be that next year, but right now this year, Malik Collins, who's healthy as he's ever been. Fingers crossed. And he looked fantastic in training camp, fantastic in preseason game, consistent, and not injured. So these things bode well for him being that 3-tech under and doing what he did. If he does that, I think that's going to be the start of things changing a little bit better than last year. And I think you got a year of LVE getting better. You got another year of Jalen Smith getting better. And they learn, now they become like brothers now, like real brothers. They love effing playing with each other.
The chat is bringing up, rightfully so, the fact that the Rams said that they knew what we were going to do before we did it.
Hand placement. So, our hand placement, they knew when we were lining up. They knew what the stunt was coming.
That's where, again,
that's giving it away.
Scheme. To me, that all comes back to scheme. Because if they knew what we were going to do before we did it.
Scouting. That's the Rams out-scouted us, and we gave up too much information. But hey, it happened. They got to learn from it. Marinelli has to learn from that. I think he will. But
was it Mr. Scouting Pro?
What?
Oh, I'm joking. No, I'm saying that you said that they scouted us. I made the joke. I'm like, was it Mr. Scouting Pro?
No, but I think we're talking about tech. It's funny. We're talking about Zeke, right? But I'm glad we're talking about football and what it's about, because for our team, it's the 3-tech under. That's what pushes the defensive front line, and that's really for pass rush as well. But I think that you can get through there with a quick interior guy, and that is what Tristan Hill is going to be. But he's not there yet.
That's my point. That's what he's going to be.
But Malik Collins is that.
He's not there yet.
If he's healthy, he is that. Malik Collins is ready for that. And if he performs, you don't want to keep saying it.
Yes.
He might be back next year.
I know, but what are we going to do in the meantime? Because like I said, Tristan Hill, I think it's clear it's not going to be this year. Okay? That's fine. But what do we do this year? What do we do now? What do we do if another team looks at what the Rams did last year and, again, tries to do something similar where, and again, we saw it. Maybe not necessarily. We saw it with other games in the sense that, we saw the Cowboys kind of break down a little bit on the interior. We saw teams take advantage of that. We saw our defense, struggle in those moments. We had still a lot of great performance, but we definitely saw our defense at its weakest, when it came to the interior D-line overall. And, of course, tackling is a different issue. But.
Well, some of them missed tackle. But, again, I think that when you think about those things and you get the health of Malik Collins, the way he's balled out, and that 3-tech under, which is what Marinelli prides the whole defensive line on, that's that key for us to continue being. And I think when Malik Collins kind of fell back a little bit last year because of the injuries, whatever, we didn't have a Tristan Hill that he at least could maybe come in at the middle of the year and help out a little bit, on the rotation, maybe come in there and give you a little burst. Even though he might not be consistent, he still's going to give you a burst here and there. Look, my point is that I still think it comes down to make sure those linemen don't let the defensive linemen do not let the offensive linemen get to our second level. If you allow our linebackers to roam, listen, just because you have linebackers that roam doesn't mean anything, because you have to have good linebackers that can fill the holes, make the reads, and make the tackles. That's what we got. 54 and 55. That's the best youngest guys in the league at those positions, and they are crazy great. I mean, they are top of the line, top tier. And I'm not joking when I say that. I'm not saying because I'm a homer here. I'm saying because that's facts. And these guys, if you give them a half a second there, if you don't get a big ass 400-pound lineman in your face, LVE and Jalen Smith will annihilate whoever's coming through that hole, whether it's a blitz or a run. I'm going crazy. I need some football right now.
Clearly, guys, I'm about to burst an eardrum here, but
sorry.
I will say again, I still have to be the only person who thinks Malik Collins is coming back. I know Mrs. Scott just said that he's not a fan of Tristan Hill, but again, so far Tristan Hill's only coming for his job by virtue of his draft
Who said that?
Position.
Mrs. Scott Pro?
Yeah, just because Tristan Hill's going to take over Malik. That's why Tristan Hill is there. Malik Collins might for not be there. Yeah. So let me see now. Caballero. Yeah, so as far as that, look, the refs and the whole Rams thing, I mean, obviously it's just ridiculous that the Rams ended up in that position. But no team really scares me in the NFL.
LT? Yeah,
no team really scares me. The team that, again, overall, the team that concerns me the most in our schedule, I'm not saying the Eagles concern me the most. It's just that you guys have the most potential to impact our season. We face you guys twice. You're an NFC East rival. I fully expect to face you guys in the playoffs again. So to me, that's danger. And when you face a team 3 times, it's very hard to beat a team 3 times. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm not saying I'm scared of you guys. I'm just saying that I'm most wary and keeping an eye on the Eagles overall because you guys have the most potential to impact us. Other than that, no one scares me.
I'm just happy to. I agree with you. I'm also happy to say that if I recall correctly, I think we did sweep the Eagles. No, I'm saying 3 times. Maybe it wasn't 3 times. Maybe it wasn't 3 times. My fault. It was back when we went to the playoffs for the first time in whatever years with Romo. You weren't there for that. Okay. But no, it was way back. Yeah. Was that? No, it was back when we lost the fucking Vikings and Brett Favre. Anyways.
By the way, Des caught it confirmed. If you didn't confirm it, go on his Twitter. Confirm.
He's got shoes specially made for that. But
we beat them 3 times in 2009.
That's what it is. Yeah, when we went in the playoffs, we beat them at the last game of the year. We had to win. Got the home game in the wild card. Beat the fucking asses in the next one. I think they had Vic then. Anyways,
the Giants are our 5th preseason game since Simon.
Don't sleep on it, Simon. I know. I agree. Listen, I agree 100%. But in my mind, I'm like, if I start taking it lightly, is that going to be like would we fall for the okey doke?
But just like everything else, if we lose that game, it says a lot more about us than it says about the Giants. That's it. It means that we done goofed so bad that we just need to go home and start the whole season over. And week 2 is now week 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's no way we should lose.
With Zeke back and the kick in the ass, I think is going to give us.
Even no Zeke. I'm sorry. I don't think we don't need Zeke to beat the Giants.
I'm saying that with Zeke back because tomorrow we should be signing Zeke. When Zeke comes back, I mean that little kick in the ass for the team. The fan base as well. When they go there, and we're going to be at the fucking game, so it's going to hype us up. We just see him on the even if it's sweats and a jersey 21. At least he's out on the field. It's going to hype everybody up. So that's going to help the team. There's no excuses with or without Zeke to fucking beat the Giants to shit. But You know how that goes sometimes. You know, I think we need to be like, I want to see it happen. I want to see the overconfident Cowboys go and whoop some ass on there, the Giants, and not even leave it up to a question here. The Giants' defense is rebuilding. Their offense is, this will be real. Eli's trash. As far as the old guy, you know, he could still, if you give him time, he can get you. But, you know, they have upgraded their offensive line. Saquon, he's a monster out there. And, of course, Evan Ingram, you know, worries me a little bit. But we have a damn top defense. There's no excuse for this. Case freaking closed. We're going to talk more about them as we enter this week here and get to this game. But there's no way we should lose. I agree 100%. And Simon says that he mentioned if we had Sean Lee stay healthy in that part of the linebacking core. We got Joe Thomas in there, too. And we got this Luke Gifford who might be back sooner than later. We got ourselves a solid linebacking core that can last for years.
Exactly.
Minus Sean Lee. He'll be a coach, I'm just saying. But, yeah, I mean, you know, it'd be a great thing, but I just can't put too much into Sean Lee. Sean Lee staying healthy the whole year. Mr. Glass over there. I don't know, man. So
I guess my biggest concern with Sean Lee is the fact that they are going to have him play special teams. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So,
yeah,
you know, yay special teams as long as that lasts. I mean, honestly, I don't see how he doesn't get hurt. I mean, the majority. Actually, didn't we change our whole punting situation in the NFL because it's a special teams thing that, all these injuries just happen to happen on this one specific play, and ever since we changed it, we've seen a drop in concussions like 30-something%. So I'm just saying that I understand the impact Sean Lee can have on special teams and how important it is.
But remember, we heard this yesterday. I spoke about this yesterday.
That is terrifying.
But again, I said this yesterday. He's not going to play special teams. The Cowboys are literally taking, you know, we are so short on special teams on some of these guys. That's the main reason we got Jordan Chun. Everyone's like, it's because we're not going to sign Zeke. I just believe it was more of the Jerry Jones negotiation, you know,
it's a rude
routine.
way to get him to retire, I would say, House Nelson.
What was that?
They want Sean Lee to retire.
They do, but they want him to retire.
They
just
told him to stay home.
They want him to retire, but they don't want. You know, they still.
No one has to break him to do it.
Listen, you gotta love Sean Lee's. You know, listen. I think Sean Lee. I think one of the reasons why he might still be here as a player, he didn't want to retire, but also, you know, I think Sean Lee, you know, is a big part of the help of LVE. I think you made that mention before, and of Jalen Smith, a great guide for both these young guys who are now, I'd say, at the top of the youngest, you know, the youngest guys in the linebackers in the league. This is the future. Is
that leadership worth a whole roster spot, though? And that's what I kind of keep coming back.
Well, he still plays. That's the thing. He still plays. But he's got to, we think. We think he plays, right.
Again, this is where I feel bad because I don't want to sound like I'm being disrespectful to Sean Lee because that's not it at all. I'm just genuinely asking the question, you know, can we really just say Sean Lee is here to help these guys out? Can we really afford to spend that roster spot / money? I know the money is basically a joke, but just the roster spot the way I see it. Could someone else be out there technically doing
I hear you. That's Glenn
us?
Hall saying the same thing. He's saying Lee should have retired 2 years ago. Talk about wasted money.
And again,
we didn't know that 2 years ago, though, right?
I know the money isn't as much of a big deal in the sense of it's not like we're overpaying him. It's not like he's getting that much money. We recently just restructured him so he gets even less. So
that's true.
You know, talk about team friendly, of course, and obviously
but
the potential payoff there.
It's either that,
I know, but
gone.
the potential payoff there as well is huge because Sean Lee's production potential is definitely very high. But again, I keep coming back to all the other things that go into it, and that's where I just.
Sorry.
I'm just not sure.
I saw Simon said, it popped up on my screen. He goes, where is D. Will? I need D. Will. Gotta love D. He's probably watching somewhere in here. Let's see. What other questions we got?
His work ethic, his love of the game. I mean, it just.
A lot of stuff he adds to it.
What he brings to us is huge, but he won't be with us forever. I mean, realistically speaking, if this is his last year, what are we going to do next year when we don't have him? Is that. You get what I'm trying to say? So, but number one, I just want him to retire gracefully. I would really hate to see something happen this year where, you know, we hear about a story of Sean Lee in 5-10 years talking about how, you know, he can't walk anymore or this, that, you know, it just, the general deserves better than that.
And let's talk about the other side of the ball. I see Go Boys here saying, yep, Kellen Moore has his best chance to sneak up on the league and make some serious game-breaking play calling before the league catches up to him and puts it all on video and film. I agree, 100%. And this is hey, Simon. Simon's been around for a while. A lot of you guys have been around for Hector Vega. You guys have been around since the beginning of the Cowboys. Some of you guys, hey, 1960. Do you not think that this is one of the most complete teams you've ever remembered seeing? I mean, the 90s, of course. We know what they did. But, you know, look at the last 23, 4 years, right? Have you seen a team on paper? I hate saying the paper champion thing pisses me off because I know sometimes it ends up that way. But, man, we got talent for days from 1 to 50 on this team. And we got, the starting 10% of this team. And I'm sorry, 20% of this team is first round picks that are successful. Other than Taco, but even he's waking up. So you think about the talent we've done. And that's Will McClay. That's Chris Hall. These guys are the brainchild of making these draft picks, making the undrafted moves. I mean, one of them is Lel Collins. Even Cooper Rush is a backup quarterback. These are undrafted. You got Brandon Knight made the team. An undrafted.
Yeah, Texas boy. 2014 doesn't come as close because of the defense, but I would say in recent time that's the closest we've got. 2014. I would say when we were 2007 we were in the playoffs with the Giants and we were number one fucking seed and fucking Giants, man, fuck the Giants. Sorry, it's week 1 coming up. I'm sorry. let me chill for a second. I'm telling you, baby, I hate that game. Every time I think about it, that's our Super Bowl year. And the season hasn't even started, guys. Fun times here at MCF. Oh, so with that said, of course, the whole spiel, hit the like, sub it up, hit the bell so you don't miss when we're live. I guess start taking your bets now. How long do you think it's going to take before fiance loses his voice?
The Newswire is nothing on the Newswire.
Yeah, still nothing, guys, on the Zeke watch. That's it. So, don't even want to talk about Zeke anymore, honestly. No more. Don't do it to me anymore. No more. Yeah, fiance needs his unfortunately, guys, we are probably the only, like I said, we're only Floridians who did not drink our way through this alcohol or drink our way through this hurricane. But the hurricanes, at least my hurricane snacks were gone about 12 hours after. So no, unfortunately, actually, thankfully, little J, they don't have school tomorrow due to the hurricane. Our county closed the schools for today and tomorrow just so everyone can get back to normal business because a lot of the schools are used as shelters. And of course, we housed plenty of people from the shore communities and all that. So, but work. So I worked from home today. You guys heard me earlier in today's live stream when Fiance went live. I worked yesterday from the office for 3/4 of the day, and then came home and worked more.
And don't forget that
later tonight, once I'm done here, I'll be working more. And then
Happy Labor Day.
I'll be working.
Happy Labor Day to everybody. We forgot to say that yesterday, and again, it's just been so hectic with the Cowboys stuff, and we had stuff to do, get ready for the hurricane. So
yeah, Zeke couldn't have picked a better time to do this. Really, Zeke. Just
on a short week for us too for this thing,
Fantastic.
We gotta do it, man. We gotta do it. That's what we do here at My Cowboys. We give it our all because I love the Cowboys. Fiance has grown to not know what football was 6 years ago to loving the Cowboys like she knows it better than half the chat in here. No offense, because you guys know your football too, but hey, man. Zaxter said, let's get shit-faced. Listen, man.
Everyone's saying I'm bad now.
You're what?
I'm bad.
I'm
bad. I will say one thing. No lie, it would be really cool to meet her just because she has to be the only other Dominican I know that's in football. Or even anything close to being adjacently connected to football.
I like this.
So
I like what. I'm sorry. And again, we can go back to Ambar if you like.
No, it's all right. Cowboy fan said, "Would you rather sign 2 to 4 elite players or 10 to 13 really good players?"
I got the answer. We can sign them all. I'm telling you guys, it's the way you structure your contract. If you got guys you know you want to keep on this team, you can sign them all.
I'm gonna be the one to say 10 to 13 because honestly, I think you've seen you've seen plenty of teams. It's not about
I'm just saying you can sign 2
He's not
elite.
saying one or the other. He's saying overall, would you rather sign
I'd
team
rather
of 2
10
to 4
13
elite players or
yes.
10 to 13 really good players?
But I'm thinking about as the Cowboys with our cap situation for the future. If you're us, you can sign your good players. You can sign your elite players, and we have more than 2 and 4 of them. We got 6 elite. I'd say Byron Jones still on the cusp, but the other guys, we got elite players on rookie deals. We got elite players like LVE on a rookie deal. We got it's just to me, we got elite players, on this offensive line that we got zipped up, signed up till 2023, 2024. I mean, I'm just saying, this is what, if you go back to 5 months ago, you can hear what my view was on this. I think I made a special video on it, how we can get everybody in the cap and break it down without any kind of real big hits for the future. That's what it's about. We don't want to get in cap hell and all that stuff. We can get out of that. We can do it with the space we have and the fact that we did such great drafting. Now is where it's going to pay dividends. We can't let it go away. And that's why I was screaming about this stuff from 5 months ago because the Cowboys can't afford top money for all these guys. I'm not saying we should do that. I'm saying they can afford it. So when they say about pie this and pie that, pie this, Because it's about the amount of pie taken up by these deals, not, oh, we got less pie, so we can't pay him. We know that's bullshit, or else Jerry Jones would never have signed Jalen Smith or La'el Collins before these other guys that he's going to sign, Zeke, Amari, and Dak.
Yeah, so Voodoo Alpha, I know you asked this question earlier. I think you got here right after we'd finished discussing it, but I find it very hard to see how Dak ends up getting more money than Goff just by virtue of the fact that Goff has technically outperformed him by showing up to a Super Bowl. Like I said, I don't like it. Feels wrong. But I think he'll probably get a little bit less than that.
I hate that, but it has to,
whether he asks for more money or not, honestly, of course he's going to ask for more. It's called the negotiation tactic.
The point to me is that once you get in that,
get the numbers worked out, but that to me is irrelevant. It's more about the fact of, where is he going to fall? I think it's very likely he does get less.
Here's the thing to me, whether it's less than Wentz or more than Wentz,
than Goff specifically,
or more than Wentz, or less than Goff, or more than Goff, I don't think it matters at that point. It's all about the same. To me, what matters is that he's going to be in that range. I'm not saying I'm saying that's where he's going to be. And if you ask me where he should be, he should be between that range. We got a range for him. If it's up a little better than Goff, or a little worse than Wentz, or in between, it's the same to me. It's the same to me. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I want to make sure the Cowboy team is structured properly when it comes to these contracts, and you space out right. Jerry Jones, you got the outs if you can get them on these contracts. Let's go. Let's get it going. No excuses anymore on signing any of these guys. And we can sign Byron Jones too if we want. We can sign Byron Jones as well if we wanted to for probably $10.5 or $11 million easily. And if we did that per year for whatever years with outs on the contract, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, we still have $40 million left on the cap if we sign Cooper, Dak, Zeke, and Byron Jones. After everybody for next year, we might have to sign 10, 15 people. We still have $40 million to sign those guys.
Exactly.
Around that range.
Now, as far as the Dallas Cowboys reporters, honestly, guys, we are really lucky as a team. We have some really solid official reporters for the team. I am a fan of the, Dallas Cowboys official reporters. Again,
who are they?
For what they do in their own right. So, Derek Eagleton, his whole little team. Yeah. So, I'm just saying, I appreciate what they do. I just also am aware of the fact that, they have their own limitations because they are the team's, reporters.
Right. So they're going to have a little bias.
Exactly. So not really bias. It's just that I just say they have limitations. That's it.
Now, I wouldn't say bias because they're going to word it the right way.
If anything biased, it's almost the opposite. They're not fans of the team just because they work for Dallas. They're just working for the Dallas Cowboys. So I see it the bias in a very different way. But I enjoy what they all bring to the table in their own different way. You know what I mean? And I think that they do a good job of trying to bring people who are knowledgeable in their own ways, or at least, good at having good discussions at all different levels. But I will say one thing for Ambar. I know it is very difficult, pretty much in any football situation, if you don't know what you're talking about, even a little bit, it is very, very hard to talk about it in any way, shape, or form and not have people coming at you or attacking you. So, I think that all these reporters and all these people, they get, a ton of crap because every reporter does, but the female reporters on the show definitely get way more unnecessarily, maybe a little more justified in Ambar's case, just because I know sometimes she can come off as sounding uninformed or unknowledgeable. But I think that, again, she honestly, it's kind of very interesting to see that kind of progression. Because like I said, not everyone's going into this as a Dallas Cowboy fan. But I think that the Dallas Cowboys handle their media the best of any team. It's arguably the best of any team.
And they won awards for that. So that's great for them. But
I think it shows. We're very lucky that, we have that. But honestly speaking, this is the real juices. Exactly. Yeah, that's almost like the stepping off point.
Wayne Montgomery, he's going to see us there at the game. Much love, Wayne. We're going to see you. Good night, sir. We got I Kill, who's made a great comment here. I don't give a shit either. Like the way I just said it, I guess. He said just front load these contracts. Let's get to work. It's funny, though. The Zeke contract, the Cowboys don't want to front load it. They want to kind of spread it out, I think. So we'll see how this will be maybe the one different contract you might see, I think. Manster says about Goff, he's like, Goff finished last in the Super Bowl. Who cares about him? I like your style, man. So let me see. LT, the Eagle fan, he did say a good question here. MC, do you stack 8 against Saquon Barkley of the New York Football Giants this weekend? And I think that is a great question because I don't know if you stack them, like obvious stack, like the way you do with Zeke, but close. I think we have talented players on our team that we can play a lot of bump and run, aggressive pass defense, right? With our cover guys. You got our linebackers who are fast, fluid. Can, again, as I said, very aware and can read. Even Sean Lee's in or Joe Thomas is in. I'm confident with both of them as well. And you gotta watch. Really, to me, it's two main pieces to the Giants. You get pressure on Eli. You got it one, but you got to also stop Saquon Barkley. He is the number one guy, and then Evan Ingram, sneaky number 2 guy. I think we can stop those guys and get some pressure on Eli. It's going to be a blowout.
I think you do, and more so than you don't. And here's why: Giants are a one-trick pony. But you can say Evan Ingram. You can tell me all these other names. They
lost Corey Coleman, and they don't have Golden Tate for 4 games.
And look, you can tell me all these names all you want. They live, breathe, and die by Saquon Barkley. They are the Cowboys circa 2017, except way, 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 way worse because they don't have Dak. They don't have the O-line we have. They have literally nobody else but Saquon. You stop Saquon. People say you stop Zeke, you stop Dallas. Incorrect. You stop Saquon, you stop the Giants. And that has never been more true than week 1 here and now. So the way I see it, don't go crazy stacking the box, but, I trust our corners, Scorpio. So when you have corners that can cover the way they do, absolutely. Go ahead, stack the box. Have fun. Play with it because between Xavier Woods, along with our linebackers that you already talked about, I'm just saying that I think that this is an ideal situation where you could do that more so than other teams, especially because running or passing or whatever they do with Saquon. It all starts and ends with him, and I think it's going to be easy to make the Giants one-dimensional and force them in a position where, they start to fall behind. They get desperate. Eli makes the Eli face. Where things are progressing as well.
Here's a prediction. I'm going to throw this out. I don't know if you guys agree or not. Let me know. But I think the Cowboys are, I should say, like the other channels do sometimes, hey, put a 1 out there if you agree or 2 if you disagree. But I think the Cowboys are going to use this game, this Giant game, to introduce the world, the NFL world, to the defense that we have on this team, the aggressive defense. Why not attack this team? This is the team you attack. You stack.
It's an NFC East team.
You attack them.
Right?
You eat their fucking hearts. I don't care. You kill them. At the first quarter, I want to see 21-0, 24-0. This is the game that if you want to send a message to everybody around them, everybody in the league and their mothers, this is what you do. You eat their face. And if you do that, I think it's going to be like a shit rolling down a hill when it's on the Giants, because it's going to be just mistake after mistake after mistake by our defense just causing shit. And then the offense, I think, will just kind of put them to bed kind of deal. So, hey, that's my hope on this. I think the defense is going to be the one really leading this stuff here in this week. I think the defense is going to be coming up and really attacking the Giants with the Richard aggressiveness, with the Marinelli rotation. And I think that this defense wants to show the world, hey, we ain't no joke, guys. This is not last year. We're going to create turnovers. I think this first game we're going to create 3 or 4 of them. Mic drop. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
I'm quiet. I'm here.
I'm just thinking about it in my head. I'm thinking about we're going to be watching this game, not from our couch. We're going to be there watching it at the game.
That to me is the weirdest part.
Whoo! And I'm just thinking about how you're going to see the game from a whole different perspective. From this, we saw it at the college game, but at UCF. But the thing is that when you're going to watch this we're going to be up there watching it, and you're going to see like the players, the play developing, the defense opening up on their side and making mistakes as we burn them, whether it be Zeke or Pollard or the passing game. And you can see the defense just attacking, eating up Eli in this offense. Saquon, they're going to have a play here and there. They're going to have a play. That means be real, because the aggressiveness is going to eventually lead to they're going to break a 20-yarder or something like that. But it's just we can't let them break the 20-yarder to start the game and then make us get all worried about the game. We got to attack them, kill them, and then it's 21-0. They make a 20-yarder and they kick a field goal. That's 21-3. And the defense is going to get more pissed because they want to shut them down. They want to shut them out. They want to. I'm telling you, this year, this defense is ready. They got a different. You can tell by camp. You can tell by the preseason games the way they're playing. There's something different about this defense. Even better than last year. What were we, top 3? Top 5? Top 7? I think we're 7th. Whatever stats you want to use, I don't give a shit. Get those turnovers, we're top 1.
Honestly, the best stat that I remember from last year is that I think our average was, we allowed an average of, 18 points? 19 points?
It was 19 points per game after everything was done. And we also never let anybody score over 30. or over 28, I think,
Yeah.
until the last game of the year.
And I think right until the end, we also didn't let anybody score in the first quarter.
That's true. Yeah,
well,
the Giants were the only ones. Yeah, Giants screwed us. Hey, payback.
That last
right?
little bit, and that's what I'm trying to say. I just our defense knocked it out of the park. I'm excited to see what they have, and I think that you're right. This week 1 is a big way for them to say we're showing up. A lot of guys are going to say, "Hey, I'm showing up for a lot of different reasons." Tank is out here saying, "This is why you guys paid me," right? Jalen's going out there, "This is why you guys paid me." Byron Jones is out there, "This is why you guys are going to pay me." Which I'm sure we'll be getting into those
I like
discussions
the Doom
throughout
Squad.
the week.
I like that. But you got the Purge Squad in the back. You got the Hot Boys in the front.
Honestly, I'm tired of all these names.
I agree
the Dallas defense.
Yeah, how about the number? How about I got a defensive name for the Cowboy defense? The number 1 NFL defense of 2019. That's the name for this defense. That's all I care about. Get them be number 1. I'm telling you guys, if we are a top 3, even top 3, but I believe we could be top 1. If we are a top defense in this league, and our offense with Kellen Moore can just be tweaked enough, right, from last year, you got to assume it's going to be better. Everybody has another year under their belts. Connor Williams gained more weight on his belt muscle. My point is that when you add it all up, man, everything is up here. Nothing's went down. Everything went up on offense, on defense, the time together. I mean,
LTS, is now that the league has seen your defense, don't you think teams will adjust?
I think the Cowboys adjusted a little bit. I think that you can look back to the Indianapolis game. Good point there by LT, as always. I mean, I know you're an Eagle fan, but you got the brains to understand our Cowboy football. He's gonna give away secrets to the Eagles. But here's the thing, LT, you're right. I think that what the Colts did was a blueprint for the Rams. They looked at that, Sean McVay and their scouting department or whatever. I think they looked at how did the Colts destroy our defense. That's the only team that really did us bad there. And then the Rams hurt us. They did us bad that first 3 quarters, but then we were able to still stay in that game. But, the defense broke down in that one, and they tried to adjust not enough time. My point is that I think that the Cowboys, I see, LT, the defense is not as, last year, they were not aggressive, the defense, in general. They were aggressive at times, but they were not as aggressive as I believe they're going to be this season. I think this season they are ready to attack.
They feel they see the Lombardi Trophy in their dreams.
Yes.
They wake
so
up
does
and
Zeke.
they
That's why
hear
he's back.
Super Bowl 100 winners, Dallas Cowboys. All right, we all have little 6 rings dancing in our heads and our dreams as we sleep at night, and no one more so than these players on this team. I truly feel it. I know we all feel it because we've all been saying that we feel the Super Bowl winning vibes. We feel that kind of real winning energy from this team.
I want to make sure I understand Miss Scouting Pro here. And I guess you said it takes at least 4 games to scout a team. Are you talking about 4 times against the same team? Or are you talking about
just 4 games overall.
Right,
I think what LT is trying to say is that after that week 1 that they'll start scheming for us and all that stuff.
Right.
So.
And again, not only that, but I think last year, they have 16 games, right, to scheme for us and get our blueprint with Richard and Marinette. There's going to be tweaks on this defense. I think we're a little more aggressive. And I think the Cowboys, I hope the Cowboys learned a lesson with no matter how great your defense might be and your coaching staff might be, you got to make sure you're aware of teams are going to look at how they when the Colts beat our ass on that front line. Their trenches destroyed our trenches. That never happened last year. That's why we hung in games or won games. But that was a great job by the Rams to really figure us out along with the other 16 games.
I know, it goes both ways. It was a great job of the Rams figuring us out, but it was a huge fucking failure on our part. We didn't adjust at all. I don't know. Again, we've talked about this. We failed to adjust at halftime as a team, but this is just such a glaring example of we did absolutely nothing, it feels like, or at least the fact that whatever quote-unquote adjustments they made were so predictable, the Rams predicted those too.
But we did.
That's the only other thing I can think of, that
whatever
adjustments the Cowboys think that they made that are so secret and so smart and no one can figure them out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. I think that's the thing about our team, and I hope everybody in the chat understands that. Think about all the issues we had. And we have all these great players. Think about the coaching issues, whether it was the offensive line guy. Right, Alexander gone. Right, we got Colombo in there with Hudson Hawk, who helped guide him. Now he's not there. Now it's all Colombo. But you got a guy. You had quarterback coach Kellen Moore, who couldn't do anything last year. Wasn't allowed to. Lenahan factor. He's the biggest factor. He hurt Beasley, and he's not on the team anymore. He hurt the team in general, I believe. Lenahan did. So he never really maximized our potential. So that held the team back. It hurt our offense. And Dak had to play with a sometimes ragtag offensive line guys that were just fillers, going in there and hoping for the best. We got lucky with Looney. Xavier did okay for a game or two, but it was always a sieve here or a sieve there. It was always a leakage, and Dak got sacked for 56 times. It was very predictable play calling by Linehan. I mean, I'm adding all these things up on the offense, right? And I'm sure I'm missing a couple other things. When you add it all up, I mean, we got to the divisional game, guys. We got to the divisional round, lost to the Rams in LA, who, by the way, went to the Super Bowl and came close to beating the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. That's how. And we were a play away from getting the ball back to Dak Prescott, possibly tying that divisional round game that we just spoke about. So when you think about the whole thing here, this team, that sounds like a catastrophe. It's a catastrophe for the Cowboys, right? If you're hearing about it with the coaches and all these things, the injuries, it's a catastrophe. And we still ended up in the divisional, round, losing barely to the Rams. And again, it looked, it felt worse, right? But we had a chance. We're getting back in that one. Dak was bringing us back. So that's my point is that, man, with all these things to overcome, and look what we did. Now I believe we have a lot less hurdles now to overcome. And even though we have less hurdles, I love the fact that, that this team is like picking up where they left off, still growing, getting better, and knowing where they were, right? Knowing where they were at. And now, looking like they're going to be, going to a better place now with this new and improved team. And again, as we said, deeper team. You get injuries in a regular season. Injuries will kill you. It doesn't matter where you're at or what you're doing. Injuries will kill you, any team, the best of the best. But when you have great depth, and I believe the Cowboys have great depth at most positions, that's what keeps your team alive. You're going to get injuries. Keep that in mind, but you have to have that depth. The next man up that Jason Garrett talks about, the carrot man, it's true when you have the depth. If you don't have the depth, then you can't, then to me, next man up is not just, it's just the words. It's not reality. Next man up, when you have the depth that we have, now you're finally making some sense, Jason Garrett, when it comes to that. So let me look over here, guys. See Stone Cold here, Forever DC Caballero. The Lunatic says, well, thank you, Texas. Guitar riff. Much love, brother. Thank you. We're saying hi from our My Cowboys family here. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the family. Thank you for growing the channel with us here. I think we're close to 4,600. So, we much appreciate you guys here chilling with us. Let me see. We're 13 away. Lucky number 13, Michael Gallup, from hitting that 4,600 mark, right? They beat the Giants, which you know who that is. That's our man, Cowboys Abroad, with 71 points in honor right now, in this moment. Let's take a moment here to honor La'el Collins' new contract. Whether you love him or hate him or didn't think he's that good, Cowboys saw enough to liken him, and now they have this contract built, I believe, in a team-friendly fashion. And you look at what's going to happen for other right tackles, it's going to probably go up a lot more than what he's getting paid. So in time, he's going to drop to the middle of the pack when it comes to the contract. I think it's a smart deal for the Cowboys, especially since they wanted to keep La'el Collins on this team for the rest of his career, basically. So let me see here. Stone Cold coaching them. Justin Quarles. That's what the Rams players said. They knew 90% of our defensive plays. Hand placement by our defensive players. Gave it away. Conspiracy theorist. What's up, Incog? Says we needed a better class of troll than fans of other teams. What can we say? Let me see. I just jumped down there too fast here. Let me see. I'm trying not to miss any of you guys. Texas Boy says, nah, just fake fans. I missed all that stuff above here. Daniel Mason, not as bad as Eagle fans, but yes, LT. Being America's team, we get those bandwagon fans for sure. We can't help but acknowledge that because we are we cover so many states, so many countries over the entire world. If there were aliens that landed here tomorrow, they'd be Cowboy fans. This would be real. So because we have so many, we have so many fans, the variety change. You're gonna have a lot more fans. Yes. It's gonna happen. But hey, I want to instruct them and teach them a little bit too. I want to take our Cowboy fans that are not really knowledgeable and let's you guys in the chat help. We help as much as we can. There's only so much you can do sometimes, right? Where's our D Will? Where is he?
He's here.
Oh yeah, D Will in the house.
But I think this is a great way to kind of wrap things up tonight.
Yeah, I got you.
Mrs. Scouting Pro MCF, I know it's early. Name 2 teams from the NFC that made the playoffs last year that won't this year. So first, let's go over the list of the ones who actually made it because off the top of my head, I know I don't remember them all.
Well, let me see. I mean, we had the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We had the Seahawks. We had the Eagles, the Bears, the Saints, and the Rams.
I think out of those teams, I think the Seahawks, possibly. I think the Seahawks possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles possibly.
Eagles, nice.
No, I know. I'm being serious here. Obviously, we're making the playoffs.
I agree. I agree with that. I think the Saints and Rams make it.
I would say I think the Saints and the Rams make it. I guess the Bears, just because obviously they still have a lot of question marks around their team, and offensively, I know last year their defense, without a doubt, elite. But
so who makes it
I
then?
think their offense couldn't put up,
because you have to take a team from the north. Because again, remember that. And
then who else would it be?
Maybe Green Bay, Detroit, or Minnesota. So you put the Bears. Do you think they win the division?
The thing is, out of all that, I think the Bears with their defense
so the Bears
have the
are
strongest chance of winning their division.
So then you got to take somebody else out.
All right, so let's look at the
Seahawks
Saints
is the one you
division.
said. You said Seahawks, which they would mean you have to be.
So out of all those, I would say the Seahawks are out.
But then you have to
Seahawks are out.
They're out. That means you have to be either the Niners, the Seahawks. I'm sorry, the Niners, Seahawks, Rams. The Rams would be the one that take the division. Okay, so Seahawks are out. Who you put in? Because the Seahawks
Rams.
Oh. No, but the Rams are no. I'm saying who do you put in their spot?
The Rams are already in.
The wild card spot. And what I'm trying to say is that remember this. I'm trying to think when the I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead, baby. I literally had it and lost.
I'm trying to think. I mean.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What other team would it be?
You have. Okay, I'll throw out the Green Bay Packers, the Vikings.
I guess.
You have the Carolina Panthers, the Falcons.
See, I think the Falcons maybe.
I'm with. I think
the Falcons have the highest chance of sneaking into that wild card spot if we're going, kind of tit for tat there. On that one, I'm comfortable with. I think the Seahawks have a bumpy road ahead, but honestly, I would say the Eagles. And I'm not trying to be like a cowboy, homer here either. I think genuinely the Eagles, again, because they're in a similar spot as us, where they have a very tough schedule. As much talent as they have on their team, I genuinely think we're going to win the East. And that means that they're looking at a wild card spot, which I don't know. I just don't know if they'll have the record for it, all things considered, when you look at the rest of the NFC East. But who takes their spot? And that's where I don't know. I can't really go out there and say who takes their spot. I just think that if you tell me the two teams that are the most likely to lose their spot, I would say it's those. What? Did it get done? Don't fuck with me now.
I'm not fucking with you, baby. I'm just.
You're fucking with everybody here. Don't do this to us.
No, I'm just dancing.
I will remove you from the stream.
Oh, baby, I didn't mean it like that. No.
Don't. No. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You're fucking.
No, I know I did. I didn't. No, I didn't do that for that reason. I just thought it was a great. It's a great gift of Zeke. I think he's celebrating right now. I do think he's celebrating.
Okay, but can he celebrate with us?
He's having his private celebration.
Because he's celebrating by himself, and I do not like this.
Baby. No, I think...
Anyway, kind of going back, let me see. So it was the Saints, Rams, Bears, Cowboys, Eagles, Seahawks. Yeah, so... Eagles and Seahawks. I mean, again, someone please let me know. Yeah, out Seahawks and Bears in Green Bay and Falcons.
Bears are in already.
The lunatic said that he would say the Seahawks and the Bears are out, and that Green Bay and the Falcons come.
See, and Green Bay is both of those teams. I'm trying to pick between them.
I think Green Bay with their new offensive coordinator or whatever. I think they have too much other stuff going on.
That's a good point too. But I think with Aaron Rodgers,
I would not call the Eagles' schedule lightweight. Personally,
I mean, they're
compared to us on the wrong side of hard. You know what I mean? Like it's not the hardest. It's easier than ours, I guess.
But we really don't know until the season starts out and goes, right? Because I mean, you never know.
Honestly, I'm a big fan of our schedule. We really only have like a 4. Again,
tough
we have that little stretch that always stinks. But other than that, I think our schedule is great for us as of now. Obviously, like you said, we haven't seen any of these teams, so we could be cursing the schedule. Come week 3.
But I just think it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. You know why? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this is the team.
Than schedule is our bye week.
This is the team to fear. If you're the rest of the league, I think that's what I'm trying to say. I don't really. I mean, it's a. the home and away thing probably sucks, whatever. I don't know.
Oh, wow, the Falcons played 13 indoor games. Wow. So, again,
Falcons have the inside track.
That makes the Falcons even more. And, again, I think they're just making a lot of very good moves. And I'm excited to see, a lot of the talent that they have.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Matt Ryan is, feeling some type of way.
Yeah, but I know. And True Believer says Rams will make the playoffs. That means the only team that would probably pass them up, it's not going to be San Francisco. Definitely not going to be the Cardinals. So you're saying that the Seahawks would take it over. I will say this. The Seahawks have a great front. Their front seven, we talked about them the other day, 6 out of their front seven are like fantastic players. So even though they might be lacking in other places, they're definitely strong in that front seven. That can control a game. That can control a season. So definitely don't sleep on the Seahawks either. So, but I'm in the boat where I think the Falcons have the best chance of those to make it. And I think that although the Bears are possible, I think that the defense is so solid that I think they're going to be that still going to be in that division. I mean, I think the like you said, the Green Bay and their issues, it still might linger even with Aaron Rodgers. So Falcons have the inside track in that spot. They're not going to bypass the Saints, but they're going to knock out a wild card team. Will that be the Eagles?
That's my thoughts.
What's up?
Bike packing. Thank you for summing it up.
Chronicles with Nature Boy. Love it. Thank you. Welcome to the family.
Yes.
So yeah, but I do think that if I was going to switch, it'd be the Falcons for the I guess I'd say for the Seahawks. I do think the Eagles are strong enough to make the playoffs as a wild card team, but then
So then who?
I just said it. I think that
I'm saying
Seahawks are out, and I think that I think they're really going to challenge it. But I think the Seahawks are out, and the Vikings. I mean, not the Vikings, but the who did I just say? The Falcons are in. I mean Green Bay.
So then again, who else is out?
Do I have to pick somebody else? I have to pick 2 teams.
Yeah, 2 teams are out and 2 teams are in. That's the point.
Oh, well, then I guess.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's easy to pick just one team, but you got to pick 2 teams.
I'll say Green Bay over Chicago. Yeah, it's just like I think it'll be. I think their issues with Trubisky maybe and their offense and in general. They're not the strongest. They have to rely on the defense. It'll be like us last year. It'll be a struggle a little bit until things get going. Will it get going? I don't know, but. The offense of the Packers are going to. I think they'll still be going well. And the defense, I'm not really sure about. So I think it's going to be a tough season for both these guys. I think that the Bears will win out, but I'm making myself pick a second team. I think that'll be the closest race to be. Not just for the top spot in this situation. It would have to be for the top spot, but I don't think the Eagles are going to have a problem getting the bye. I mean, getting the not the bye, but getting the wild card seed, and I do think that we're the team to reckon with in the NFC, along with the Saints and the Rams. I don't know, but I think that us and the Saints will get the bye.
Yeah, I agree that the Saints might take a hit on defense this year, but I think their offense can still again.
Saints are pretty decent.
That's what I'm saying. It's just they're overall just such a well balanced team, and their coaching specifically just does such a great job for the most part. For the most part. They definitely got out-coached in our game, which is something I never thought I'd say. But for the most part, they do a really good job of coaching around some of those things. And, overall, I wouldn't say they have the most competitive division. Definitely a big mismatch there. But, I think a lot of it has to do with how some of these other teams match up against some of their AFC rivals that they're going to be going up against. That's going to be the determining key. We keep saying... the Eagles, or, LT's saying here the Eagles have an easy schedule. We're saying, no, we don't really agree with that. But the fact is that we face some of the tougher teams, the AFC, some of the tougher teams in general, the NFL, mainly, yes, the Patriots, right? I mean, actually, wait, do they face the Patriots?
Yeah, they do.
Because we were facing that.
They face the Central, right? I mean, the North. It used to be the Central. Talking about three divisions. That shows you how old I am. But when you have the North fighting it out, whatever, that's our division we match up against, and the East, I think, right? The East or whatever it is for the New England Patriots, Jets, Bills, and Dolphins. Yeah. So those are the teams we all play. Those teams we all play the NFC North. So those are 8 games done. We play each other 6 times. That's 8 and 6 is 14. The same games, right? They're the same team. That's why I say it's similar to ours. The difference is that we play New Orleans. The difference is that we play, the Rams, and they don't.
Who do they play?
They
again?
get the second team.
They get
Seahawks, probably.
And Carolina,
and they get whoever came in second, the Falcons or the Panthers. Who we were saying
the Panthers, wasn't it?
I'm not even sure. I think it might have been the Falcons, I think, because they were fighting it out for the playoffs, I think,
All right,
last year, too.
I'll take your word for it.
Panthers went downhill.
I swear it was the Panthers.
They were done already before the end of the year. Remember, because we watched that all or nothing thing.
Yeah.
So they had a really shitty end of the year. So I think it was the Falcons. Again, not that easy in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, you're saying he said it's easy. I don't think it's easy. I mean, it depends how it's scheduled, but I don't think it's that easy. My point is that the Eagles are good enough to be able to beat most of those teams on that list, like we are.
Yeah, but the point is that the Seahawks or the Falcons are not to the same level that the Rams and the Saints are.
Correct.
Regardless.
Correct.
So their schedule is easier, but I still wouldn't necessarily put it at easy.
Correct.
Either.
I agree with that. I'll co-sign that. I'll co-sign that for sure. So great questions tonight, guys. And Miss Scouting Pro LT, you guys keeping it really rocking in here with great back and forth. I mean, yeah, Daniel Ullman in here. Falcons better than the Panthers. I agree exactly. So Miss Scouting Pro.
You know who's better than all of them?
Cowboys.
Right there, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And again, before we leave here, make sure to hit the like if you like what you're watching. Subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when Ezekiel Elliott signs
tomorrow.
As we all wait.
We're hoping it's tomorrow, right?
With bated breath.
11 subs till 4,600. So thank you guys for the new subs jumping on here. And let's keep this thing going, the family growing. And that's star over everything. And also, I hope you guys like that little thumbnail. It's kind of freaky a little bit. When I look at it, I'm like, what is that? Okay, that's Ezekiel Elliott and Jerry Jones smiling at us. Because they know this deal is done. And again, I'm checking right now. I've never seen all the different media outlets and stuff about the Cowboys be this quiet, even at 1:20 in the morning here on the East Coast. Usually they're rocking until 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
that's strange, right? It's all quiet on the Western Front.
I also thought it was especially great that the local Dallas media was actually following Zeke as he went to the Star, like in a whole freaking helicopter, like just watching Zeke like he's the president and this is Air Force One.
Guys, I hope
please give me the update.
150 of you in the house here right now. Let's sit back here and relax. I don't even read the whole thing yet.
Okay.
I just know it's an update, guys. Okay. The last update was 4 hours ago. So you get yourself. This is literally minutes ago. 4
updated. Hours ago?
4 hours ago is the last one here about meeting at 9 o'clock Central for their meeting, right? And we're going to speak on the phone, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and Zeke. Well, Jane Slater reports this, quote, "I can confirm that the two sides talked tonight. As of 12 a.m. Central Time," we're talking about 25 minutes ago.
No deal was reached.
No deal has been reached. Tomorrow, she's going to be live at the Star, guys, in Frisco with Good Morning Football on NFL Network, keeping you guys updated, as will we here on My Cowboys Family. You got to make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you know when we're doing this. Fiance or myself will be going live as soon as the news breaks. Not just the bullshit, TM Zeke, but we're going to actually break it when, that's it. It's going to happen tomorrow is our prediction. And actually, it's my prediction. You agree, right? Tomorrow it's going to happen, right? We're assuming the deal is getting done. Do you not agree? Okay, she doesn't agree.
Sorry, no, guys. Of course, I agree. This deal is going to get done tomorrow, but
right, it's just still not official yet, right? So she said that
team meetings start at 8:15 a.m. Central Time. Garrett speaks at 10:35, but the team kicks things off at 11:15. Yeah. So I guess 11:15 is technically the final deadline.
Well, I would like to see if that practice is open to the public. If that practice is open to the public, then I would say, or not public to the public, but to the media. Let's put it that way. Then I would say that you're not going to see Zeke out there unless the deal has been signed. But if it's not open to the public, if it's not open to the media, I think that there's a good chance that Zeke might be there, signed deal or not, but not to practice, but to listen, to watch, to learn, knowing he's going to be there for Sunday. That's my prediction on that. Yeah. There's no way of proving that or knowing. I don't have a source.
And just to kind of extra confirm, Jane Slater is going to bed. She feels pretty, she's pretty confident it's not going to happen, and she's going to bed. So I think that's a pretty solid sign that
that's over. And again, if for some reason I got one eye open, when I'm sleeping,
it just
and I see it pop up, I'm going to go live in the bed, whatever.
You guys will be seeing me go live probably from my job saying,
we got Zeke.
Zeke's good to
Done
go.
deal.
So.
Official now. So we'll see.
Bright and early.
But not official yet, as we just confirmed, guys. So don't hear about that 6-year, $90 million thing.
Yes,
that might happen, it might not.
Confirmed.
We don't have any idea if that's real or not. But it could be, but we won't know. And then again, until tomorrow, or at least not till after this stream. The next time you see us, hopefully we'll be getting some great news to you guys about number 21. Ezekiel Elliott giving us that number 6, helping us with his team get us that number 6 is what we were looking for. So there you go, guys. That's the thing. Again, 8:15 team meetings. I think that Zeke might be there for that. Let's see what happens. We'll have to wait and see. But there's a chance I think he can be there for those team meetings. which is start at 8:15 Central Time. Jason, like you said, Jason Garrett is going to do his press or whatever, his press conference, his 15-minute press conference at around 10:35 Central Time tomorrow. So get your little things on there so you can be ready to watch it.
Yes.
And then
but guys,
listen
just
to it.
confirming Ezekiel Elliott has not signed.
Right, not yet.
Confirming once again, Ezekiel Elliott has not signed. Any
Yeah.
reports out there are,
False.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple.
Just letting you guys know.
Now, and again, and at 11:15 Central Time, 12:15 our time, tomorrow afternoon or late morning is the official practice, and then we'll see what happens from there, guys. I mean, I do see if it doesn't happen, by the morning time, it might be when Jerry Jones flies back with Stephen Jones, and they're going to make the after we got ourselves Zeke back. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more official. I think it might leak. It might leak out. And if it does leak and it's confirmed by multiple sources, you'll hear it right here on MCF. Myself or fiance, we're going to break that news
One way or
tomorrow.
the
Too.
other.
Yeah, and it's not break it. It's just inform.
Yeah, let you
the
guys
family.
know. Exactly.
Yes.
We can't break it even if we wanted to. We just are
Yeah, we're
not
not there.
fast enough.
Miss Scouting Pro could probably break it first before anybody else. But so, anyways, guys, that wraps it up, man. Let's you know what? Let's give the big shout out to these great, fantastic fans here, my Cowboys family here. You guys, 150 plus that were in here tonight, 130 plus, pretty much the whole stream. We appreciate you guys. We just try to update you guys with the passion, but also with the facts. The facts that you guys want to know, we want to know. We want to know it. We know you guys want to know it because we love our team.
If you don't know, now you know.
Baby, you know the deal. So, yes. So, who's in the house here? So, we got some new people in here. Don't forget to subscribe, guys.
We have Caballero 1152, Scorpio,
Yes.
Texas Boy, Forever DC, Brian Bradford, Rodney Ellis, Colin Shumona, LT, Kenny Lewis, Daniel Allman, House Nelson, Truth Believer, I Kill, Tariq Salim, Michael Shane Highlight, Mrs. Scouting Pro. We have Bike Packing Chronicles.
You say Collins Shumona? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said Rodney Ellis?
Yeah.
How about
We have Savage Time in the chat. We have
Tell me,
Justin
Trev.
Quarles, the Q Man, of course. We have Travis Mitchell Diggs, Conspiracy Theorist.
Got No Dak Ninja and I Kill.
Michelle Lovato, thank you for joining us.
You got Conspiracy Theorist, right? Mr. Incog.
Guitar Slinging Zombie
Yeah, I agree with you too, man.
We have
I
Texas
can't wait.
Boy here in the chat.
Stone Cold.
Let me see. That's as far back as I can
You
go.
got the
at
Q
least
Man?
here.
Justin
Yep.
Quarles, the Q Man. I love
Travis
you, man.
Q-Man.
Much love. Lenny Kiwis.
James K. We
Much
are
love.
on the East Coast, guys. We
Yes, we got D. Will in the house. We're in
Sunny,
Florida.
sunny Floridians.
Well, yeah, sunny Floridian. We
Yeah,
got
very
hurricane
sunny.
Floridians, but yeah, we luckily we bypassed it and we were able to continue doing our thing here
Keep
on my
rolling.
Cowboys family. Didn't lose power or anything, so that's awesome. Cowboy fan, as you said, Scorpio, the Lunatic, Savage Time. I know we got Simon Says. Much love to Simon Says. House Nelson, LT, of course, the man, and we got Man Stir 54. I know you shout everybody up. We got a new sub here, Bike Packing Chronicles with Nature Boy. Much love. And you said everybody, I think, here, right? I think we got everybody here. We got Ronan the Voice, Looking Crazy. Cowboy Crunk.
Oh, you guys, thank you
1980
so much again to
Round
everyone
Table
here. Go
Crew.
sum it up to the whole Roundtable Crew.
Yeah. Much love, guys. Thank you again. 2 hours deep on this one. And again, I got to give extra special shout outs to, of course, Beat the Giants. Of course, we want to beat the Giants.
Yes.
You know who that is, though. You know
The
who that
one
is.
and only.
Cowboys Abroad, the man in Japan, repping that star over everything.
And Lyle Collins takes it away.
Lyle Collins takes it down. We got Zach Martin though on
Or Zach
that stream boss. Well, yes, he's a stream boss right now with the Zach Martin. Lyle Collins definitely takes it down. But much love to Cowboys Abroad, who, by the way, even though he tied with Jeremy Bramlett first place because he went through Streamlabs, he gets the tiebreaker and beats out Jeremy Bramlett currently on the leaderboard above us here. So much love to both of you guys for dropping the love. Of course, you know, Jeremy Bramlett was the winner last week, but Ron Smith rocked the house back again down here at the Donation Weekly winner. So thank you all for doing your thing here. Thank you guys in the chat for Truth Believer, all you guys, Justin Quarles, Daniel Allman, for all the input, insight that you guys drop in there, Miss Scouting Pro as well. All you guys, thank you for doing your thing here in the chat with us, dropping that knowledge and all that stuff. But before we leave you, don't ever forget the number one thing right here on this channel, guys, about that navy blue. That's silver too.
Yes.
That's silver too. And that star over everything, guys. It's over Ezekiel Elliott. It's over Jerry Jones. It's the star over everything. Never forget that, guys. Number one thing here, win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. We're going to rep that star over everything every single day. 2 years plus right here, but we were repping it for life. I have been repping it for life. So never forget, guys, number one thing right here on My Cowboys Family. We're looking to get 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We talk about Super Bowl rings. But we can't leave you here without saying the number one thing here on this channel, My Cowboys Family. Never forget it. Go Cowboys! Let's go, baby. I'm ready. I know you are too. Down with the Giants. And we're going to be there at AT&T Stadium to watch our Cowboys go 1-0 with whomever's on that field. And that defense is going to take control of this league. You're going to see it. You're going to see it tomorrow. Tomorrow, man, I'm ready to go. I want to play some football, but I couldn't make the 53, so. Oh, we're having fun. Much love, everybody.
Chaz Green, baby. It's okay.
I could be better than Chaz Green.
You
I think I
could
can do
be.
that, yes.
You could be.
I could do it.
You could be Brett Maher.
I can't kick, so he's better than me. I'll give him that.
Oh, I just like messing with you.
I know, baby. You can be Brett Maher. You can. So, thank you all again, guys. A great night again. Dropping the knowledge in the chat right there. Dropping that knowledge, and again, dropping the love. As I said, Cowboys abroad. Dropping that love from above. You had Dan Holland dropping the love from above. Yes. Wayne Montgomery, much love. We're going to see him at the game on Sunday. Beetlejuice, who me? Yeah, Beetlejuice dropped some love here, and of course, some new love in here. Pick and Pop.
Ooh,
much love to you, Pick and Pop. Thank you for the drop. We appreciate you here as well. We appreciate your guys' support, and we want to acknowledge that as well because we appreciate your appreciation. So thank you guys for that as well.
Yeah, we are appreciating the appreciation for appreciating the appreciation post
for the Cowboys over everything, guys. Never forget. Thank you guys for the drops of knowledge. Thank you guys for the drops of love from above. Before we drop out of here, guys, and I know Fiance, she knows what she has to say when we drop the knowledge, drop the love, but we can't get out of here. We cannot drop out of here before, baby.
We gotta drop the beat, and now it's official. The Zeke watch continues.
Zeke watch continues for one last day. But it's all right, guys. It almost takes the wind out of the sails, right? Because it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. We're going to hear the deal and everything, but, we know it's going to happen, guys. It's a matter
of getting it done.
That's right. Hey, LT, much love. But remember this. 5 is always greater than 1. To the Eagle fans, not LT, to the Eagle fans. Much love to everybody out there watching. Remember that, guys. 5 is greater than 1. That's all I got to say.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the Zeke news and the 5